Touch is one of the most powerful forms of communication. In relationships, it can convey affection, create connection, and even signal attraction. However, for older men, especially those who might not have been exposed to the evolving dynamics of social interaction, understanding why women touch their arms can be a bit of a mystery. In many cases, the gesture is not just casual, but can carry deeper meaning, offering insight into the intentions, desires, and feelings of the woman involved. But why do women touch men's arms? And what does it mean in the broader context of communication and relationships? Here, we will explore the different reasons why women may use this form of physical touch, breaking it down from a psychological, social, and romantic perspective. If you've ever wondered why a woman might casually rest her hand on your arm, you're not alone. Let's dive into the psychology and meaning behind this seemingly small gesture. 1. The power of non-verbal communication. Before diving into specific reasons, it's important to first understand the role of non-verbal communication in human interaction. Our body language, including gestures such as touching, can often speak louder than words. In fact, research has shown that up to 93% of communication is non-verbal, with body language and tone of voice playing the most significant roles. When a woman touches a man's arm, it's often an unconscious act that communicates a variety of messages. It can show interest, establish comfort, signal flirtation, or even indicate a desire for a deeper connection. This form of physical touch is subtle, and its meanings can shift based on the situation, the nature of the relationship, and the emotional state of the people involved. 2. Expressing comfort and reassurance. For older men who are navigating relationships, particularly with younger women or women they're still getting to know, a touch on the arm can simply be a way of offering reassurance. Physical touch, such as a light hand on the arm, can create a sense of safety and comfort. This is especially true if the woman feels a need to convey empathy or support in a conversation. For example, in emotionally charged or difficult situations, a woman may use a gentle touch to express understanding or to provide reassurance that everything will be okay. This action is often more soothing than verbal expressions alone. Women are often more in tune with emotional cues and may use touch as a way to communicate solidarity and empathy. 3. Flirting and attraction. Flirting can be a tricky business, especially for men who may not fully understand the signals women are sending. One of the most common forms of flirtation is physical touch. When a woman touches a man's arm in a playful or casual manner, she may be trying to gauge his interest or demonstrate her attraction in a subtle way. For many women, this touch is a way of testing boundaries. It's a harmless gesture that invites further interaction and encourages a connection without making things too forward or aggressive. Older men, particularly those who may not be accustomed to reading these social cues, might overlook or misinterpret such gestures. However, if a woman frequently touches your arm, it's often a clear sign that she's attracted to you and enjoys your presence. 4. Establishing connection and bonding. Physical touch is also a way for women to establish a deeper connection with someone. It can serve as a bridge for intimacy and closeness. If a woman touches a man's arm during conversation, she might be signaling a desire to connect on a more personal level. In long-term relationships, this kind of touch can be a sign of affection and the comfort of being close to someone you care about. When men are aware of this, they can respond in ways that further strengthen the emotional bond. For older men who may be more accustomed to a more traditional form of communication, recognizing this touch as a desire for connection can help foster a closer and more supportive relationship. 5. Women's sensitivity to physical cues. Women tend to be more attuned to the emotional and physical cues of others, making them more likely to initiate physical contact as a means of communicating their feelings. While men may have more stereotypical responses to physical touch, women are often more subtle and nuanced in how they use touch. A gentle hand on the arm is often an instinctive gesture designed to convey warmth, support, and care. Older men who are used to a more reserved or less overt form of communication may not immediately recognize that this is a sign of emotional investment. Understanding that women may be more sensitive to emotional nuances can help men navigate these interactions more smoothly. A woman may touch your arm because she's trying to show that she's emotionally in tune with you, something that can lead to a stronger, more fulfilling connection. 6. Social conditioning and gender norms. It's important to consider the broader cultural and social context in which these interactions take place. Gender norms and expectations have changed over the years, particularly regarding physical touch. What may have been considered inappropriate or too forward in previous generations may now be viewed as a normal part of social interaction. For older men, who may have grown up in a time when physical boundaries were more rigid, it might feel awkward or confusing when a woman touches their arm. However, in today's world, casual touches are more commonly accepted and understood as non-invasive ways of communicating interest or affection. Women today are often encouraged to be more expressive and take the initiative in relationships, and physical touch can be one way they do so. If a woman touches your arm, it doesn't necessarily imply anything inappropriate or too bold. It's often a reflection of a modern approach to communication. 7. A sign of friendship and affection. Not all touches are romantically motivated. Sometimes women use arm touches to express friendly affection or camaraderie. If a woman touches a man's arm during a conversation, it may simply be a gesture of friendship and respect. This type of touch is often accompanied by a smile or shared laughter and is typically less intimate or flirtatious. For older men, this can be a valuable insight into how women interact within platonic relationships. It can serve as a reminder that women may use physical touch to build friendship bonds, which can be just as meaningful and important as romantic connections. 8. Building confidence through touch. In some cases, a woman may use arm touch as a way of encouraging or boosting the confidence of the man she is interacting with. If a woman touches a man's arm after he says something insightful or funny, she may be offering validation or appreciation. This form of physical touch can help to make the other person feel valued and respected. Older men, especially those who may be feeling less confident in certain social situations, can benefit from understanding that these subtle gestures of affirmation are not only common, but meaningful. Recognizing that a woman's touch can be a form of encouragement might help build a man's confidence and allow him to navigate social or romantic situations with greater ease. 9. The role of context in interpreting touch. It's crucial to consider the context in which the touch occurs. A woman may touch a man's arm for entirely different reasons depending on the situation. For example, in a casual social setting, the touch may be less intimate and more focused on social bonding. In a more intimate or personal context, such as during a heartfelt conversation, the same touch may signal a deeper emotional connection. For older men, who might be more used to formal or reserved interactions, it's essential to recognize that the context in which touch occurs will influence its meaning. Paying attention to the surrounding dynamics, such as the tone of the conversation, the body language of both people, and the emotional undertone, can provide important clues about why the woman is touching your arm. 10. Misreading the signal. Sometimes, older men may misread a woman's gesture or fail to understand the significance of the touch on the arm. This can lead to confusion, missed opportunities, or even awkwardness in interactions. For example, a man might mistake a playful touch for a sign of disinterest, or he might fail to recognize that a woman's touch signals her desire for a closer relationship. Being aware of how touch works in communication and being able to read the subtle cues women offer can help avoid these misunderstandings. It's important to remember that not every touch is a declaration of love or affection, but each one carries its own weight and message. A little awareness and attention can go a long way in building stronger relationships, whether platonic or romantic. The next time a woman touches your arm, take a moment to reflect on the context and the potential meaning behind it. Whether it's a sign of comfort, connection, flirtation, or friendship, understanding why women use this form of physical touch can deepen your awareness of the dynamics in play and help you navigate relationships with greater ease. The key is to be open to the messages women send. Be sensitive to the situation and not rush to conclusions. Touch, after all, is one of the most powerful ways we connect with others. Don't underestimate the subtle strength of a simple arm touch.